Hey, good morning. It's a pretty nice day. I've got here in the background the little post that I made for Brenda's whirligig. We bought that, and it came with a little post, and came a big storm one night, and it blew that thing over and doubled it over. So I went over and got this 4x4 and put it in the ground, and that thing's usually going around. It's a nice still morning, you can see, and the sun's shining bright, and it's a beautiful day. But I did a little weekend project the other day that I didn't film any when I was making it because the construction and my cramped up little garage, probably not too exciting to see. But after I thought about it, I thought, well, I'll show this on a video and I'll share it with you. What it's called is, we like to feed the birds around here, and the little birds don't get a chance to eat very well because we put out like a soot cake. And the big birds, the blackbirds and the gackles and the starlings, they come and they destroy that soot cake in one day. And so what we try to do, or what I thought I wanted to do, I saw on the internet this idea of making a bird feeder that the birds go inside of it to eat. And that way you can keep out the big birds, and then you can feed some of the smaller birds. We've got a few bluebirds in the yard that we like to feed. And so this will let us do that. If you put I've tried to feed them mealworms before, and you put that outside in a dish, and if the rain's going to blow and going to get in it, it's going to make they'll blow away, and then the big birds will also eat them, and then the bluebirds don't get to eat very many of them. So I'm going to call this thing my Bluebird Diner. But I got the idea on the internet, and I'll show it to you in just a minute. Just hang on. So I talked about this post that I made for Brenda's whirligig, and so I just made me a couple of brackets, and then I set this Bluebird Diner on there. Let's take a closer look at it. Got a box here that I made like a bird feeder. Put glass doors on the side of it so we could watch the birds go in and out. Actually, it's plexiglass, and I wanted clear plexiglass, and I picked up the wrong piece at Menards, and I got the frosted kind. So you can kind of see a shadow of the birds when they walk through there to eat. I put a hole in each end of it. The hole is 1.5 inches in diameter, and that way the big birds can't get in. And I left the board on the bottom a little bit too long so that they've got a little perch there. They can look in the door and see what kind of an establishment it is before they walk in. The roof is a license plate. Came from Texas, from my son Graham's truck. He gave me about 3 of these license plates, and I just bent them up and put them on there for the top of the roof. Because they're from Texas, I kind of feel good they're going to go through an Indiana winter up here. And they'll be cold and snow on top of them, and kind of makes me feel better, get some revenge for them having all the nice weather in the wintertime. Now the end of it here, I put a pin that I can pull out to open and close it. And that pin is a screw. I put the screw head on there. I can imagine I can fool the squirrels that way. They'll try to open it up to get in there, and they'll think, oh darn, it's a screw, we don't have it, we can't open it. But all you have to do to open it really is to get a hold of that screw and pull it out. Just like that. And then you can raise this side door up, and you can see inside of it. There's the Bluebird Diner. I put some mealworms in this cup the other day, and they're still there. They're dead now, but they're still there. So the bluebirds haven't found those yet. I've got some peanut butter balls in here. This keeps them nice and dry, and the birds can go in and eat the peanut butter balls, and hopefully they'll catch on. This door is just hinged with more screws up and underneath there. That makes the hinge. So I can close it up and put the screw back in to fool the squirrels. Remember that we're going to fool them. I guess I need to put a sign in there because the sparrows like this. They just bop into one end of it and go right through and then look out the other end of it. They're kind of cute doing it. But they decided that would make a nice place to live, and so I had some straws drawn in there. And I need to make a little sign to put up there that no outside food can be brought in, and no nesting after hours. This is only allowed for dining purposes only, and that would kind of do it for them. So here's a little overall shot of it, what it looks like. I hope that sun's not ruining my video or my picture. That little thing on top of it is a dragonfly that I made with playing with welding, if that shows up in the video at all. But there you have it, the Bluebird Cafe, Bluebird Diner. We'll see if they get to liking it. I saw one sitting on it the other day, but he didn't go in. While we're talking about bluebirds, I refinished my Bluebird box the other night. This is an original John Frady, Kenny Holland Bluebird box. Kenny had John to make these at shop class, and Kenny put them out all over the countryside, and I managed to have one of them. But I read on the internet again the other day, the sparrows seem to want to nest in this box, and so I took it down and repainted it outside of it. But see that thing right on the front of it that I put those extra thick blocks on there? The person on the internet said that the sparrows don't like to go in through tunnels like that, but the bluebird does. It's used to going into a post or a hole in the tree to nest, and so the bluebird doesn't mind crawling through that tunnel like that. So I added those 2 blocks on the front of it just to make it so that maybe the sparrows will quit trying to nest in it and the bluebirds will be able to find it again. I have had some bluebirds to nest, but not for a couple of years. The sparrows have been taking it over. But I made a modification to your original box design, Kenny and John. If it works, you guys owe me some royalties. Well, that's all I've got to say today. I probably said a lot more than I needed to. God loves you, and he's by your side whether you realize it or not. All you got to do is invite him to come along, and I hope you do that today. See you later.